Welcome to the True Assassins podcast. You guys wanted to hear about the shadowy world of assassination. Well, get ready for two stories ripped from the pages of Orlando Madsbrine's True Kill.
Yeah, and I think you'll be surprised by just how different these two stories are. Today we're going to be breaking down the intense pressure, the constant threat, and the ultimate consequences faced by, well, people in this line of work. So we're diving into two distinct scenarios from True Kill.
Right. The first one, Blood Money, features a seasoned political broker. She's the one who usually makes the calls, decides who gets taken out. But this time she finds herself the target.
It's a huge shift in power and forces her into a desperate fight for survival. And all this is going down in a very public space.
Exactly, an airport.
Yeah, talk about stressful.
Okay, so Blood Money. The story drops us right into the chaos of an airport. We meet Sarah, and she's built her whole life around being anonymous. It's essential in her line of work. But then everything changes. She gets this message just straight to her phone. We know who you are.
Just imagine the implications of that message for someone like Sarah. Her entire existence is built on staying hidden.
Right, like her whole world is shattered in an instant. I mean, think about the kind of network, the kind of enemies you'd have to make to trigger a threat like that.
And that's what's so fascinating about Sarah. She doesn't just crumble. The source material really highlights how she goes from panic to, this rapid calculation of her options. She spots her tail's two suits in the crowd.
It shows just how aware she is, how sharp. Years of being in this world have given her like a sixth sense for danger. But here's the thing. Instead of trying to slip away quietly, she does something completely unexpected. She sets off a security alarm.
Talk about a bold move.
Right. I mean, it's almost reckless. What does that tell you about how much danger she thinks she's in?
It tells me she's thinking several steps ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's thinking, if I try to disappear quietly, they'll just pick me off. I need to shake things up. And it creates absolute pandemonium. The whole airport descends into chaos.
And yet, amidst all that chaos, those two guys, they don't even flinch. They remain laser-focused on Sarah. The source really emphasizes their unwavering determination. What does that say about who might be after her?
It says they're pros, They're not some random thugs. They've been trained for this, and they have the resources to pull it off. They're probably working for someone with a lot of power.
Right, someone who wants her silenced permanently. And it just gets more intense from there. Sarah's pushed toward the international gates, armed guards everywhere. It's a dead end.
Can you imagine the pressure?
I mean, think about it. What would be going through her mind at that point? She's trapped, out of options. Capture is almost certain. And who knows what kind of torture awaits her.
It's a nightmare scenario. Yeah. Then boom, a gunshot. One of her pursuers goes down.
Out of nowhere.
It's a moment of pure shock. Could this be her salvation? But it also shows just how deadly this situation is. Anyone can become a target.
It adds another layer of mystery, too. Who fired that shot? Was it someone trying to help Sarah? Or did another player just enter the game?
Right. It raises so many questions. But for Sarah, it's just a brief reprieve. She still has to deal with the other suit, the one who's left.
And the source describes him with this smug grin, this confidence that he's already won. But that grin disappears the second he realizes Sarah's going to fight back.
Yeah, he totally underestimated her. He thought she was just a strategist, not someone who could handle herself in a fight. But Sarah proves him wrong. 2 shots, and he's down. It shows how ruthless she can be, how capable. But the narrative also makes it clear, this isn't over. There are more people after her, and now everyone knows who she is.
That anonymity, which was so crucial to her survival, it's gone.
It's like her whole world is imploded. She can't run, she can't hide, she's facing capture, torture, who knows what else. So she makes a choice.
A final, desperate choice.
Remember that vial she had hidden, the parting gift. It's a chilling detail, a reminder of the mindset you need to have in this world. You always have to be prepared for the worst.
It shows that she was never going to let them take her alive, never going to give them the satisfaction of breaking her.
Exactly. The source describes her choosing a quick death over a much worse fate, with this grim smile on her face as the sirens get closer. And that final line, she'd never worked as a cleaner, but she'd always finished the job. It's such a powerful summary of her life, so darkly ironic.
It's like she applied that same twisted sense of professionalism to her own end. If a job needs doing, I'll make sure it gets done, even if it's my own.
Wow, yeah. So that was intense. But now, we're switching gears completely. We're going to talk about Ghost Martyr. And this is a different kind of assassin story. This one's all about manipulation, about the unintended consequences of playing with fire.
It's a story about control, about how someone can orchestrate chaos and become a legend, all from the shadows.
The story opens with Nikolai, our ghost martyr, looking out over city in turmoil. This is all his doing. 3 weeks ago, he staged his own assassination, and it's ignited a full-blown revolution.
Think about the psychological impact of that. You fake your own death, and then you watch as the world burns because of it.
It's a twisted kind of power, right?
Yeah.
And the source breaks down how he did it. Informants, threats, leaked information. It's all designed to keep the chaos going, to make him a martyr, a symbol for the revolution.
But it also makes you wonder about the kind of person who gets off on this, who gets a thrill out of manipulating people on such a huge scale.
Right, who sees a revolution not as a genuine movement for change, but as their own personal chessboard. And it works, at least for a while. But then, things take a very unexpected turn. Nikolai, the puppet master, the one who thought he was in total control, he becomes the victim. A sniper takes him out.
And the source really emphasizes how this wasn't part of the plan. This is not how it was supposed to go. Nikolai is caught completely off guard, his sense of control shattered. It's a brutal reminder that no matter how clever you think you are, no matter how carefully you plan, there are always things you can't anticipate.
And as he's dying, the irony of it all hits him. He thought he could control the beast he unleashed, but it turns out he was just another pawn in the game. All that pride, all that arrogance, it leads him to a lonely, anonymous death.
And what's even more tragic is that the people he manipulated, the ones who were fighting and dying in his name, they have no idea. They're mourning a ghost, a symbol, not the man who died alone on that rooftop.
Exactly. The source paints this really sad picture of his body being found later, just mistaken for some random vagrant. No one knows who he really was, what he did. His entire plan backfires in the most devastating way.
Yeah, he fooled the world, but in the end, he fooled himself most of all. He wanted to be a legend, but he died forgotten. His revolution continues, but it's built on a lie, and the architect of that lie is gone, completely erased from the story.
So, wow. Two very different stories about assassins, both with their own chilling lessons. Sarah, the woman who thought she could always stay one step ahead, trapped and forced to make an impossible choice. And Nikolai, the manipulator who thought he could control everything, only to become the victim of his own game. What stands out to you from these deep dives into True Kill?
For me, it's the contrast. Sarah's story is a reminder that even the most powerful people can become vulnerable, that survival in that world is a constant battle. And Nikolai's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of playing God, of believing you can manipulate events without consequences.
I think that's a great point. And it makes you wonder, in a world like this, a world of secrets and violence, can anyone truly control their own destiny? Or are they all just playing a part in a much bigger, much more dangerous game?
It's a question worth thinking about, and it's not just limited to assassins, right? Think about the politicians, the spies, anyone who operates in the shadows. What price do they pay for the choices they make? And what legacies do they leave behind, whether they intend to or not?
That's something for all of us to ponder. So thanks for joining us for this exploration of True Kill on the True Assassins podcast. If you're looking for more stories about the dark side of humanity, the hidden world of espionage and intrigue, make sure to rate and follow. We've got plenty more addictive cloak and dagger stories to share.